Hey, I got a military emergency and some diplo favor out of it. Perfect. Runs a bit of a surplus for a while. Let's get my 2 religious city-states back, because I missed the kill war bonus on my faith per turn. Oh, it's so much better. Please, can we kill ironclads now? Yeah, we're actually starting to finally thin all of the barbarians in this area, which is just wonderful to see. And we're now starting to build our own campuses. Better late than never. 33 techs to 59. Kemmer is just racing ahead with this. I actually think my attack has got to go through Vietnam. We've got to keep going down to try and take Kemmer out. Like, this is, whilst I work on my own victory condition, they are the ones that could cause the problem. That is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artillery corps. It might not be enough. It might not be enough to win the game. But if you've got this many and it's not enough, you have to ask yourself, how many would be enough? Probably too many, you know? Education. I can finally fix my universities. That's actually very important. Now we are going to rush industrialization. We have the boost for buttress. We haven't killed a unit with the spearmen, but I don't know what spearmen are anymore. Build 2 harbors. Really? Have I not done that? I know I've got one here in Widget. Ah, Baradura's got one going as well. Okay, so we actually will get that boost. Kill a unit with a musket. Did I tech past muskets? I can't remember if I've got one. I think I might have teched past it or had it killed. One of the two. I think it might have died. Never mind. The good thing about filling in the end of the tech tree, by the way, is I've actually been losing out on pillaging yield because I haven't had a very completed tech tree. Now, it might be that my civic tree is more completed anyway, so maybe this wasn't a problem. But pillaging, the yields are based on how much of the tech or civic tree you have filled out the most of as a percentage. So if you are all the way to future tech, for instance, and you've got every tech, you'll get the full pillaging yields, and anything else is reduced accordingly. Wow, the artillery just took 42 damage from a city center there. I think France might have just recently upgraded its defenses because that's a big hit. I even had Defender of the Faith there. Oh no, I didn't. Parla doesn't actually follow my religion. Whoa. Whoa, I say. It's not very kind or polite. Artillery strike 1, artillery strike 2. La Rochelle should fall pretty quickly. 1, 2, 3. Nantes is mine. Yes, it's loyal as well. 15 loyalty. Mushkin is now loyal. That's why it's like, ah, fantastic. Okay, Parla is still an issue. Over on this flank, we now have fully loyal cities. Isn't that amazing? Mixomatosis. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. Keep us safe in all things, please. So forced modernization. We have now done all of that we need. Total war is still useful. This card is kind of useful, but I do want to replace it at some point. Instead, let's get retainers back in. Tiny bit of happiness. Oh no, that's really small happiness. Do we have logistics? We have logistics. That's moving my units around and then moving and firing as well. 40 gold off Merchant Confederation. Nope. Let's keep this in for now. Rearrange my governors slightly, and we now have a stable and loyal front line. We're going to move our troops over, take out France, 3 more delicious looking cities, and I probably am going to look at taking out Vietnam afterwards. Although this is a very, very defensive civilization, so we're going to have to really up our combat power. Mobilization means that we now have armies, so I can upgrade all of my artillery into armies now. Listening post back in. Victor, garrison commander. We're now going to get Embrasia. That means if I buy new artillery, I can actually buy them with a free promotion. Really handy. That's 100 science, by the way. On turn 175. What an atrocious scientific display we've had today. Never mind. Okay, the damage is now mounting up. We just need to get the siege on. There we go. Now La Rochelle is not healing. We finally killed the barb camp that's been plaguing me this whole time. Quick, send settlers out. These are all stolen. Go and explore. Maybe there's a whole world out there that we can go and settle. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. The holy site finished as well. I keep forgetting we've got loads of these appearing now. I was about to say, imagine if I'd put secret societies on and we'd gone for void singers. Wouldn't that have been a really cool thing? Because we'd be getting 60 science and culture per turn to really fill in my weaknesses. But then I realized that Kemmer actually has more faith per turn than I do. So no, that would have been awful. They would have absolutely blown me to bits. It's a fun little tactic here. This very damaged artillery is going to fire, get a promotion, and then be pulled back from the front line by being turned into an army. And then another artillery can rush to take its place and fire over their head. And there you go. That is La Rochelle taken, which I'm hoping is going to be loyal. Nope, it's not loyal at all. How are you not loyal? I don't know. Oh, Parla is crazy loyal now. Fine. Moksha, step through. You hadn't even established in Parla yet. Let's get get the walls fixed, and then, you know the drill, fix everything else. My spy is in Dijon. We're now going to go for Toulouse. That was my 21st city, by the way. Not bad. All adding up. We're still spreading our religion into America. Man, it would have been really good to get Crusade, hey? So good. America doesn't follow any religion. Always waiting with the Wars of Religion card. If at any point I can put it in, I will. Ooh, Kamasi exists. Useful to know. Military emergency. Again, I'm just going to vote down 8 times on that. There's no point holding on to this diplo favor, but I just don't want to be at war with everyone. It failed. Another one went through, though. Hey, look, I'm still settling. Huzzah! Interplanet Janet with another amazing source of niter. Thank you very much. And down here, we're going to rename to Tilki. It's the best way to use my artillery in this situation. Toulouse is annoyingly well defended, mainly just by the terrain, not by actual troops. We take this city first, John. Assuming England doesn't want to stay in the game and have peace. If I give her 23 gold, yeah, I think I almost want the era score for knocking her out now. Ah, the 4 movement artillery. I did quite a bit of damage. Dijon, you won't be lasting long. It's excellent news, isn't it? It's all being fixed. I need to remember to actually repair my hippodrome as well. That should give me a free unit if my calculations are correct. Big hit on that city. Another big hit. Walls are down. Oh, it's so close. So close to being taken out. I wonder, does my artillery have the movement? Oh, it can't see. That's a shame. I think I'm going to hold on to the last attack because I think loyalty is going to be a problem in both of these cities. So we'll just sit here for now. But as you can see, for the first time, I'm now actually sending troops into the big blue. Let's see what's outside of this world. It looks like the AI might have dropped quite a few settlers and things. So if we can go and clean all this up, maybe we can get about 2 or 3 extra cities. Bonus cities, you never know. An encampment is also finished, but the letter's gone. I was thinking about using the letter to just pray some stuff in. Let's go for the stable because it's going to be siege and cavalry. That's my big thing. I think I just lost some tiles to flooding there, including that sugar. Ouch. Did I lose much to flooding? I don't know if I did, you know. Let's have a look and see how many tiles. Be so precise with the search. 1 result, that's it. Well, we lost 1 tile. You know what? Global warming, it's not real. It can't hurt you. It's my takeaway from this. That is the city of Toulouse, and this is the city of Dijon. And with those 2 cities, it was like a 100-turn war, but we have eliminated Ella and Aquitaine. Possibly the most annoying enemy I could have come across this entire game. I believe everything's loyal now. I think everything is really nicely loyal. It is. Oh, thank goodness. Do some renaming and celebration. Sinakush, you have the coastal city here. Kovawu, you have the city to the north. I want to see them beautifully managed. I want to see them looked after. You know the drill. Chinguetti and Zanzibar. Oh my lord, that is a huge meet. And it's first meet as well. That's another faith city-state, which gives me even more faith for shrines. But domestic trade routes giving me +1 faith. Oh, yes. For every follower of a religion. Now we can start actually thinking about changing this. At the moment, I have all of my routes going into private selection Genoa Salami, which is a fine move. But if we go for a better government, say for instance the naughty government, that would help me with war. But I'm thinking, not that one, I'm thinking of going communism for the science, but also the collectivization. But if I use that, I could use Tinguetti to send all the routes out from my capital and then throw in all of the productions of that city. If I wanted to, that would be one option. Either way, Kama is frightening. They're already going to space, they've unlocked satellites, but Vietnam is between them and they've got a bunch of airports. Now, I don't think Vietnam has any planes because they have no oil or aluminium, but I can't guarantee it'll stay like that for long. So yeah, I'm gonna end this phony war with America. America doesn't even want peace. America is really, really chill. Okay, this phony war will resume and continue here. Oh, they've got Mustangs. That's frightening. Let's not think too hard about the fact that America is using Mustangs as their unique unit. They're very strong. Instead, we're going to go for Vietnam, who is allied to a bunch of people. Okay, now this could be a distinct problem. Hungary, Germany, and Egypt. Now, I think all of them are ages away. Hungary is the other side of America. Egypt is the other side of the world, as is Germany. So we could be at war with all of them. Unless I was to declare war on one of those and only call Vietnam in. So for instance, if I declare war on Hungary, only Vietnam would be called in. Germany would call a bunch of people in. Egypt would. So Hungary is the weak link here. I could declare war on Hungary. That would pull Vietnam in, but it wouldn't pull everyone else in. Oh, sometimes I'm just so clever. Hey, one big advantage to knocking Eleanor out of the game is that Nalanda no longer hates my guts. Look at that, +1 science in the capital for every library. Oh, 2 more envoys there, and my universities will start to give a little bit of extra as well. Tasty. We've even got aquariums bariums here. Funny thing is, now we've merged the lilac and purple. This unified empire is actually pretty good. Absolutely love it. Now, where do I send my spy? A 4-turn city would be best, because then I haven't got to wait as long for it to arrive. Mitla is getting liberated, by the way. I would liberate Los Angeles, but, you know, he hasn't stopped being at war with me. Let's go over here. It's because there's an airport in the city. That's why the spy can get there a little bit quicker. Lovely. Currently, Vietnam does not have steel walls, but every single city that Vietnam has Renaissance walls. So pretty much we just need to assume that they're going to be 100 and something strength. They're going to be fortified to the rafters. We'll be able to do damage, but it's going to take a while to burn through them. What we will find, though, is if we can steal a city that has a military academy in it, which unfortunately not many of these actually do. They're all stuck on armories only. If we can get a military academy or two, I can start praying in artillery armies. And then if we've got 9 of them, roughly, that will massively speed everything up. Let's vote for Ryslamtium and Siege. +5 on Siege would be helpful. Maybe I'll win in a tie? No, the AI has just burnt all of its display favor. Who knows what's going on in this World Congress? +5 Siege. It actually went through. I don't know how or why, but it did. Egypt really wanted it. Okay, let's not be concerned by that. Let's just appreciate and enjoy it. Look, here we go. A Barb settler. Done. Chinguetti has a settler. Okay. How many cities has Vietnam got, by the way? 16 to my 24. So if we incorporate all of these in, we'll have 40. Wow. All right. I would genuinely have a massive empire if we did that. Where do we attack? I think this line is pretty good to defend on because there's 2 lines of rivers. Do you see? So I can keep my ranged units like field cannons behind the line, and Vietnam is going to have to attack over pretty horrible terrain. This mountain pass and the encampments is going to be difficult to attack through, whereas Mushkin Mandeltort has a direct strike into Da Nang. If we can take out this encampment and then take out this city, we split Vietnam's empire into 2 parts. Then we can liberate Mitla and leave Los Angeles alone. There's a lot of pillaging here. And then strike around and attack a pretty undefended flank because there is no encampments defending from the right-hand side. Yeah, this is the place to attack. This is where I'm going to move all of my artillery. So over to Mushkin. I really like this plan. Again, sometimes I like to think of myself as a military genius. It'd probably be an entirely unwarranted comparison, but we'll go for it anyway. Good thing about having stolen so many districts is the yields are really pushing through in France's empire as all of these cities are coming online. I focused more on holy sites and trade. Down here is science, culture, and production. But when I say production, I do mean coal power plants have been built. So once I get industrialization, I can just fix them. They're already built. They're going to be really quick to fix. Very handy. I'm also suddenly on to 21 happy cities, or at least content. Everyone's content. That's brilliant. Mass production. On to industrialization. I mean, we're so far behind. Only 4 techs behind the person in second last. Hey, we'll take it as a win. Almost 30 techs behind Kemmer, but Kemmer is 10 techs ahead of Vietnam, and I'm only 19 techs behind Vietnam. What could go wrong? Nothing. That's what I say. Nothing could go wrong in this situation. This attack can only be destined to succeed. Ideology. We're so close. So close to the good stuff. Praetorium, we don't need that anymore. 2 extra influence points per turn. It's a very small bonus, but one that will help me to get Chinguetti just a little quicker, and that's such a good city-state. Absolutely worth it for me. Embrasia. 2 attacks, but more importantly, a promotion when I buy in a unit. I'm saving my faith up. I really would like one of the industrial era generals because then I've got something that works on artillery. And that's where my greatest military strength is, so that's where I want to put the prioritization. 1,000 gold for a Brazilian battleship. That's not a bad shout. We'll hold on to that one and see if we can pick them up. In terms of settling, I don't need any more cities just for quantity. What I do need is more oil. Oil and coal, so that's why my settlers are out and about. If I see oil, if I see coal, I'll pick it up. Otherwise, I'm not going to bother. So this will be why Vietnam is so strong. Anti-tank crew corps. If they are defending, my cavalry will be shredded. If they attack my pillaging units with those, they will be shredded. So I need to just be a little bit careful. We're going to go industrialization. I then am going to try and get flight for the observation balloons, but I'm tempted to dip briefly into combustion. Tanks will be able to hold up. I don't have a huge excess of oil, but I've got enough, so I could run a few tanks. It's important that we actually get rid of all these aerodromes as well. I haven't seen the ranged unit that Vietnam is using, but again, I must assume they're probably using something very powerful in their cities. They have their own religion. Oh, the spy will be useful, but actually, Wars of Religion is a card that I want to get in. Lots to think about. But +4 your combat strength against the AI is very useful. There is a Brazilian battleship. All right, that's the one I was fearing. I think I like my defensive position for now. I want them to attack me. Still moving my troops around, but this is the time that I think I will take advantage of the distraction. So I will declare war on Hungary in a formal war. They are allied to Vietnam. That will pull Vietnam in. Effectively, they will declare war on me, and it's only 2 people. Now, Hungary is ages away. Hungary also doesn't like America, so the chances of Hungary being able to put significant troops through to attack me is pretty slim. Still though, that is my way into the war. 113 strength artillery. As long as the artillery is stood in my lands, I get Defender of the Faith, which I find really funny. Let's hit this encampment first and go from there. I'm also going to start pillaging cities quite quickly, but my aim is to pillage one at a time. I don't want to take too many ranged attacks at the same time, so we're going to just make sure that we are doing this nice and carefully, nice and methodically. That was the gold I needed though to pick up a Brazilian battleship, which should just push this barbarian encampment into being a city-state, which is really good because I don't want to have to fight it. I just want to settle in this area. Come on, Vietnam. Let's see what you've got. Let's see how you choose to attack me. As I say, this whole area I think is really defendable. Don't forget, I've got a ton of faith in the bank. If I need to pray in range troops, I can. I'm just trying to grind out a great general. It's totally excessive, but it means that I can put more pressure on my artillery. How are you going to attack? Where are you going to attack from? They're going to just send the odd knight into my land, and artillery only took 8 damage in my own land, and the Ursa only took 23. This is the best news I've seen all day. So Vietnam is a proper turtle. Incredibly defensive walls, incredibly defensive cities, but there is no snap to them. There is no counterattack. That's wonderful. That's brilliant to see. That could not be a better result for me at all. 60 strength? My cities haven't quite got the full strength. I need to ideally promote this crossbow, then we'll have the full strength, just because of the funny way that the AI calculates how your city defenses are. There we go. Now we've got the gold. Now I can do the field cannon, which means I've got the full 70 strength attack. Okay, right now I am spiky as possible. And look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artillery, of which 1 is already made. No, 2 are made into an army. Oh, it's beautiful. If only they had a great general, everything would make sense. Everything would be perfect. Alas, for now, they will all just have to fire with the power of pure vengeance, which, as we know, is pretty strong. Oh, power of vengeance is entirely strong. That's broken. I just need a melee troop. I did not expect that to be killed so quickly. Okay, cavalry, in you go. Bam. Now we can go for the city. That is called overwhelming numbers, by the way. There was nothing special about that attack whatsoever. I just attacked very viciously. And now that this city has a ranged attack, I can slip in the back and start pillaging the campus. Haha. So the city-state I got was Antananarivo. Probably not how you say that at all, but again, none of these are particularly protected. I need so many extra envoys and I could claim all this stuff. It would be wonderful. Now the battleship will lead the exploration. I feel like there's much more going on in this new world. I'm going to leave this all behind. Quick, find me city-states, find me oil, find me coal, all of the good stuff. Oh, listening post, +3. I should spend the time promoting a spy to try and get the +6, but it takes so long. Guess I could make him in less white, but quite a few turns, not much production here. I'll keep an eye out. Leventa, no! Has Leventa been conquered? It has. Germany took Leventa. That is a huge loss of faith per turn. Oh, ouch. And I just lost a drone and a cavalry because this city-state was immediately picked up by Vietnam, as was Chinguetti. Oh no, that's a disaster. Quick, everyone run away. The city-state wants to kill us. I don't like it. At least I've converted it. I converted it. That's good. All right, how much coal did I get? 1 source underneath a lumber mill, very useful, and a second source under a mine. Have I really got none at all? Seriously, what is with this game? This game really did try and mess me around, didn't it? Terrible. So we're gonna steal a little bit. There's some over here actually. Into Planet Janet has some. Not a huge amount though, not a huge amount. We're gonna fix the factory, fix the coal power plant, and as you can see, I'm now starting to move my trade routes so that they are all coming out of my capital. This is gonna become a trading hub. What now? Observation balloons are really useful, but tanks are more useful. So let's try and get some tanks. And the first anti-tank crew has appeared. This is the sort of thing I was talking about. Plus 10 combat strength, and it's a really powerful unit. Oh, I don't want to mess around and find out about that one. That's not good. Keep pillaging down here for a second. How many artillery can we get in this turn to attack all at the same time? Not as many as we would like is the short answer, because a lot of them don't have move and fire. Enough of them do though. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Move this artillery around and use Defender of the Faith to knock a chunk off this anti-tank crew, which isn't really what I want to do, but now I can hold the Ursa inside the enemy fort where they're defended, and now if they're going to attack me, they're going to have to attack me through something quite difficult to kill. The pillaging yields remain very good indeed. Get me to tanks as soon as possible, please. You've just gotten into the sea, so that's an easy kill and a conversion, lovely. And another salvo of artillery. I will just take some time to give this expert crew. Coal in Gazagamut. Oh, that's a big find. Well protected, but if I can pick up a bunch of envoys, I'm going to be getting containment soon, which lets me double them. So I'm going to have to think carefully about which city-states I want. But in Gazagamut, I could combine with the Warlord's Throne. Sorry, not the Warlord's Throne, the Grandmaster's Chapel to buy in a ton, an absolute ton of units. That is high up my list at the moment. Bologna, bit of science. Good to know. Good to know. 200 science, by the way. I think we went from 100 to 200 science in about 10 turns. That was basically just waiting for the loyalty issues of the conquered empire to disappear. That's kind of all that was. Just an update, by the way. Vietnam is in a normal age. I should have a little bit of an advantage on loyalty pressure. Whether or not it means I can keep this city, I don't know. Let's test whether repairing the hippodrome works. I'm genuinely quite curious about this. Oh, we got Napoleon. There you go. That's a good, great general. Somebody that works with artillery as well. Well, that's just amazing stuff. And the first city from Vietnam falls and is conquered, and I think is just about loyal. Well, that's intriguing. Fix those walls up immediately. But now Mitla is the target. Let's see if we can't destroy Mitla in record time. I'm sorry, I mean by destroy, I of course mean liberate. Yes. Ideology. Let's put gunboat diplomacy in. Liberalism and Republican legacy are just about holding my empire together. Total war is really good. Logistics is really good. I do want wars of religion, though. Combat strength is more important than happiness, annoyingly. At least until we get more cards. And we have to think, which government are we going? I'm going to start with the naughty government. We're going to go fascist. And the reason for that is the +5 combat strength. Once we're ready to try and go for the win, I'm going to switch to communism. But right now, I need the combat strength. Now, did I get wars of religion? I should do. Yeah, there we go. +4. And that's because Vietnam has their own religion. It just, if anything, means that all of my raiding units have a lot more combat strength. Yes, picking off random units in order to spread my religion. No, fixing it didn't give me a 3 unit. I think maybe that was a bug once upon a time. Probably was patched several years ago and I just never noticed. Who really knows, eh? I've decided I want tanks, and I want tanks quickly. So let's begin to say tanks a lot. Cavalry gets 2 slices of the old Pillage, and there is combustion. Oh, now do we just race straight through to modern armor? This is the question. I think planes and rocket artillery are probably more important. So let's go to flight first. We've got astronomy, banking, and scientific theory all boosted. Flight, we just need to build a wonder. I don't know if you've noticed in this game, but it is unlikely that we are going to build any of our own wonders. Try and move that Ursa away, but okay, you might actually be sacrificed. I've got Great General on you now. Should help just a tiny bit. Otherwise, Napoleon Dynamite's gonna have to come in and see if he can help. Are you ready for this? 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on, get onto the hill. No, it didn't work. 4. I don't know why I moved that one. That had an extra range. Never mind. I think Mitla is a next turn job. But we've weakened its natural defenses there. So hopefully we've got time now. I'd be sad if that unit got killed. Actually, I had a few buildings like zoos ready to go. This is the time to finish them. Lots of zoos need to be finished. I need a tank army. Oh, it survived. Haha, we survived. Oh, that's just wonderful. That is an anti-tank crew army, though. Otherwise known as a I'm going to ruin your pillage party unit. That's a shame. I always enjoy a pillage party. The reason I am absolutely pillaging Mitla to the floor here, by the way, is that I know that this city is basically going to get given back, so I care not for giving it back in one piece, you know? Just quickly kill this, spread my religion around even more. Yes. Attack, attack, attack. Again, attack. Mitla. Oh, this is going to scatter my units to the 7 winds, isn't it? Just tell already. Never mind. Before it does, move you through to here. Make the ranged attack. Can't trade tiles around with it, unfortunately, because it counts as occupied, even though it's kind of not. So I'm going to pull my great generals back a tiny bit as well. Liberate. What's probably going to happen, by the way, is that I liberate it, and someone dumps a load of envoys in. I mean, it gets muted, it gets taken. One artillery did get pushed to the other side. Everyone else is in a sensible position. Los Angeles, I'm just going to leave alone. I'm going to move this artillery back across the pond, but Mitla has 6 envoys. Oh, not 9. I was hoping it would get 6. Okay, at any rate, a lot of extra science. I guess I should take this time to start praying in more artillery. Let's make sure that every single one of these corps are now armies. I can give them all new promotions as well by doing the old promote them differently and core them together trick. Muscat, more city-states. We're finding a lot. Again, oil. Oil is what I'm looking for. I'm just not bothering to settle unless I find oil, because oil cap, I've got 12 at the moment. That's going to be my limiting factor. Aluminium will have the same problem once we get there, but we're a little bit off that for now. I get the slight sense that Germany is about to take candy from an Ursa, and that volcano in particular wasn't happy about it. As mentioned before, now that we have liberated Mitla and Los Angeles will fall naturally, our army is going to swing round and we're going to take on this wing. We're up to scientific theory, which means that flight is up next. Biplanes, almost useless, but I will get a couple because they will help me to kill these anti-tank crew armies, and I can level them up, get a couple of strafe units nice and early, and then make the upgrade to fighter. I've got the spare oil, I might as well have the bireams. Not bireams, biplanes. It's buy something. But observation balloons are the main one. Being able to shoot the cities with my artillery from my own lands to get the Defender of the Faith bonus. Oh, now that is the sort of glorious result that we were hoping to see. One thing that can kill these anti-tank crews pretty well, a good healthy dose of field cannon with garrison. Also, we can shell these units with artillery as well as I move the rest of my army forward. You know what? I think I will have at least 1 tank going. Here we go, 95 strength. This can actually stand up to the anti-tank crews. Remember, all of the new artillery, they're all picking up the grape shot promotion. So we're just going to keep promoting those and combining them with the artillery we've already got. I was about to start saying, oh, I'm really excited that we've almost hit 300 science, but I have just seen that Kemmer is on 1000. Big gulp, but don't worry, we're starting to break through. We're coming after them. This is the whole reason for this war, is to delay time and fight. Speaking of, I'm actually going to send one of my spies down to this major city, and we're going to go and start stealing tech and promoting our spies. We've got a couple that are being made now. It would be very, very helpful to have more science. Taruga, that's another city-state. Actually, there's quite a few scientific city-states now. You can start stacking our library and university bonuses pretty high. Again, we're just saving our envoys. As soon as we pick up, where is it? Containment. Containment is really handy. Maybe there's some quests we can do. Great Admiral? I don't think a Great Admiral is likely. Maybe. Probably not. Lots of city-states all going to war with me. That is something I am quite enjoying, is practicing the idea that a lot of city-states will eventually rebel against me. That is a religious city-state that was killed. Oh dear, we lost both of our religious city-states. We have had a distinct lack of faith income since that's happened. Kilwa's now giving us no bonus whatsoever. We need to start pillaging for our faith again. My level 4 artillery, I mean, right now, anti-tank crews, mechanized infantry, we have genuinely found ourselves in the middle of a crazy turf war. This is almost trenches as we're firing artillery as men try and breach over our defensive lines. It's not going to happen. It's not going to stop them from trying. Look at that combined arms boost. Level 5 army. Bam. That's a powerful unit. Artillery strike. Yeah, Bonaparte. Is that Bonaparte's first unit kill? Seems surprising, but sure. Now we'll see if we can start pelting this unit, which we certainly can. In fact, our tank, still powered by Napoleon, can actually run around the side and get the kill. There we go, and we're spreading religion again. Oh, that's a settler. Haha, I just managed to steal another one. Amazing. Oh, so many islands that I found, but you know what I haven't found? Any oil. I just found 3 sources of oil. Okay, right. This is going to be a good city because then we'll be able to get 3 offshore oils, which I'm not far away from. In fact, actually, it's 1 tech away. So we'll upgrade to flight. Then I'll quickly dip into plastics, get the offshore oil rigs. That will be worth another 9 units. Oh, that's plenty. And I found another bunch up here as well. Oh, that's even better. Jerusalem. Another scientific city-state that doesn't want to kill me. Yet. Yet is a big word. Yet is a very important word. Actually, you know, putting a city on that tile may not be the best idea because it is flooding. However, the actual city itself doesn't need to do anything. So maybe it's fine. I'm sure we'll figure it out soon. Aha, for every zoo, another tank. Better bring this down to the front line as soon as possible. Can we get another unit kill? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 strikes. You know, we can. Amazing. This is what we love to see. Time for some more pillaging. That was a good pillage. That's a whole turn off flight. Oh, I'm not sure if I mentioned it as well. Any tanks that I'm getting from the hippodromes don't cost strategic resources, so it's important to make sure that one of my 3 tanks is within every army, and then I don't actually lose oil. Not that oil is a limiting factor for me. I think by the end of this game we should be getting about 30 to 40 per turn, but still, it's nice to have. Meanwhile, Kemo's on the moon and has 1,200 sands. Lovely. Also has smart materials. Yeah, we need to get moving. Vietnam is also going to space. That's really good. That means I can steal Vietnam's spaceports. Actually, we should do that, and I should start using their spaceports for stuff. Yeah, in their capital. Let's take over their capital and use their spaceports. It's got Ruhr Valley in it. Love it. Love it. No to military emergencies. So military emergency just passed. Only America's in it though. Kosovo, isn't that all the way? It's this city. All the way up here. You know what? Again, don't complain. It just is. It's a thing. Just accept it for what it is. Let's go Cold War first to get containment, and we're going to switch. I'm going to lose the 15% discount on faith purchasing, which does pain me a little bit, but we're going for the superior war government. Here it is. So total war, logistics, wars of religion. There's a lot of things that say war in them. Forced modernization is another one. Liberalism. Yep, we're a liberal fascist economy. That's just how we work here. Republican, liberal, fascism, sure. And we're going to put scripture back in because all of that faith does actually give me culture, so that's quite handy. Don't worry, we need a bigger government, but we're going to get one soon because I have seen a couple of wonders in Vietnam, like for instance Forbidden City. That will indeed be quite helpful. I look forward to obtaining it. I also look forward to flight as quickly as possible, please. That's 2 boosts from the same industrial zone. It still has a bit of health. Any more fast units in the area? No. This just shows the power of stacking. Anti-tank crew, pike and shot. I just accidentally clicked on it, but it was even damage just because I had so many modifiers. Yes, it's got 20 strength more, but with my government and wars of religion and the intel bonus and taxes and the fact that I've made a core of it, pretty powerful. Look at that. Oh, anti-air guns. Remember these. I don't think Vietnam wants to go down without a fight, and our artillery actually can't reach a lot of these forward positions, which is a bit annoying. We are indeed going to need observation balloons, but we're attacking now with 137 strength. Wow, that's ridiculous. There is so many modifiers going on here that we've actually given ourselves plus 40. Don't complain. Just accept. That's what this is now. Army. Okay, no more artillery needed. Something like cavalry absolutely is needed. That's just everything needs to be an army now. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, The Nickerman, Daddy Bear Todd, Toon General, Civilized, Kappa Yobby Virani, The Uncivil Engineer, Lillian, Radiatore, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy's Ursa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Frankincense Battlezord, Bookaluk 79, Bob Loblaw, Geography Teacher, Juvara, Hal Carnassus, Morax, Zynikush, Echo Bear, Deja Fu, Kovuwu, Legally Trash, Is This Live, Twin Cam Inferno, Martin S, Minnow, Sorted Dutch, Rad Bickley, Shadow of Gaia, Flower Power Bear, Poppy Dude, Dan Jamo. Thank you everyone for your support. Goodbye!